Right now we are here at Dr. Imchen's clinic, Dr. Michael Imchen. He is the veterinary assistant surgeon at the Department of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry. And he is usually, him and his team are the ones in the field when it comes to animal rescue, rehab for the animals. And we're just here to talk a bit on also these certain diseases prevailing in the animals that are in Nagaland. So thank you so much, Doctor. So first of all, Doctor, we have been getting reports that this LSD in cows, the lumpy skin disease in cows are there. Can you tell us a bit about this disease, the symptoms, and what exactly is it, and should we be worried?
The disease which is called a lumpy skin disease is actually a viral disease which is spread by vectors, that is flies, mosquitoes, or maybe other insects or even birds that is feeding on the animals. So this is actually very contagious, and as we know, viral disease, we do not have a specific drug for it. And this particular disease has been very alarming for the last 1-2 months in India especially. Why? Because it's causing a lot of alarm and losses to the farmers also because of death, then economically because of reduction of milk. So this is becoming a very important disease, emerging disease, as we can say emerging as of now.
Did your office receive any such reports, and where, if so, and also where, apart from Nagaland, the northeastern states, is it prevailing in those states?
Yes, we have received certain reports, few villages especially from Niuland area, but we cannot definitely say that is a lumpy skin disease unless it is proven in the lab. So we will put it as suspected. So that is that the people should be clear with this. We will not term it as a lumpy skin disease as of now, but we will put it as suspected. And we have sent some of the samples to the lab, and we are awaiting the results. And regarding the outbreak in other states, yes, there is confirmation in Meghalaya, Assam. And just yesterday, I had gone to a neighboring state, the Karbi Anglong district. I have seen similar cases, but I would not say it's a lumpy skin disease because it's not been diagnosed in the lab. So confirmed, it's not been confirmed, but I felt that it's a suspected case in the surrounding district, just nearby.
Can you tell us a little bit about the symptoms? I mean, the name itself, lumpy skin, but apart from that, what are the symptoms? Is it lethal? I mean, is it deadly? Is it and should humans, you said it's contagious as well, so animal to human?
See, lumpy skin disease, the name itself says, you will see some lumps or noodle type in the skin, and you will even see lacrimation, that is discharges from the eyes, and nasal discharges, including fever. Then you will also see, swelling of the lymph nodes. If you palpate it, you will be able to feel the swelling. And definitely you will be able to see a lot of drop in the appetite. Then they will have this reduction in milk also, then leading to death of the animal. So this is actually a very important disease as far as the cattle farmers are concerned, and it's actually almost horse specific. It usually affects mostly cattle and buffaloes, but we have seen some outbreak among sheep and goats also. So, and yes, almost the same symptoms, and the symptoms, signs you will see is that you will see some necrotic plugs in the oral cavity, the blackish. There will be sores which becomes darkened. black colored, purplish in the mouth, tongue, and the rest, when the animal dies, if we do postmortem, you'll see uh, lesions in the, trachea, then even the gallbladder, buccal cavity, all those.
So, has there been reports before this in your years of experience in Nagaland, reports of LSD, lumpy skin disease? Have there been severe reports? And then, if so, how was it treated? If not, what are the future plans of treatment if it comes out positive?
See, many years back, I have in my, as a field officer, I have seen few cases, but it was a very minimum, It was not that serious, but this year we have seen a little bit of seriousness in the conditions. So I think if we are not careful and if people are not aware and the government is not proactive, there's a chances of destroying our economy, especially the cattle farmers.
Other than LSD, what is right now that people should be wary about when it comes to animal rearing and the diseases that are there? What do you feel in Nagaland is the most dangerous, or I should say, that people should be very careful for?
Before I answer to that, I would like to put in one word. Especially this, I would like to request farmers, if you see such kind of symptoms with lumps or noodles on the skin, I would request them to separate the animal, the sick animal, the affected animal, away from the herd, so that it is not transmitted. And pertaining to the questions that we've just put in, the most important disease that we see in animals is, since our state is a pig rearing state, we have seen that the most common is the classical swine fever, and then just 1 or 2 years back we had the issue of African swine fever. So those are the two most important diseases in pigs. And in regards to the pet animals or wild animals, rabies is another problem that is emerging. So I urge our people to, when it comes to pet animals, to vaccinate the animals. You have this anti-rabies vaccine, so it's easily available. So I request them to vaccinate their pets and be safe.
What about the pigs? Like you said, we are a piggery, we have pig rearing and consumption, the largest consumption, I would say. So how can a normal person who is consuming pork be careful about when they go to buy this meat product?
First of all, they should be aware from where the source is coming from. Number two, the hygiene. Now, I would also request the consumers. Pork is another, form of media where even the parasites are transmitted, and the most common one is the measly pork. That's what we call. You will find in pigs which are not dewormed, if they are infested with tapeworms, you will find just like rice grains on the meat. So that is one thing that you should look for when you go and buy, and see. Secondly, you see whether the place is hygienic. So if there are a lot of dirts around, if there are a lot of flies, insects around, so there's chances that the butchers are not careful with the hygiene. So there's a chance that you get diseases transmitted.
In regard to this as well, is there something levied, a fine levied on people who sell such meat, and it could be beef, pork, chicken that are diseased, or because they have not reported it to the department? Is there something that is levied, like a fine, to these farmers who are just going ahead and selling?
See, the farmers, on their part, if they sell the animal as a whole, they will not know whether it's invested or not. But it is when they are butchered. So it is the butchers who are responsible. If the meat is infested, they should actually be reporting it, or the meat inspectors who are inspecting the, slaughtered meat, butchered meat. So it is up to them that they should take the responsibility, and if that is found, the law is there, and they can be penalized if they go ahead with, selling the meat, which is endangering the lives of consumers. So the law is there. Let the inspectors or whoever it is take up the issues.
Does the department also, when farmers go through the drought, and also when it comes to animals, when there's a drought, the government compensates. Now when there's a disease epidemic, do other farmers also compensated on this from the department, or how does it work? Can you please explain us, highlight on this?
That I'm not the proper authority to give you the confirmation, but what we see in Nagaland is that 99% of the time that farmers and the common people don't come forward, to lodge a complaint or give us the information, and that is where the government also cannot act on it. So unless they come, if they come to us as field officers, we will put up the grievances or the conditions to the government, and it's up to the higher authority to take the call. And on that part, we have no say on that, except the higher authorities. Yes.
So coming back again to lumpy skin disease in cows, is it only cows that are affected with this disease when the same symptoms?
As I've stated earlier, it's almost horse specific, cows and buffaloes. But we have seen in some cases, there are records that it has occurred in goats and sheep also.
And what is the treatment when it comes to treating this disease, LSD, in cows? How do you treat it? And like I had asked, earlier, that if it's deadly, it's but then is it contagious to human beings? Is it going to animal and animal to humans? And what is the treatment? And what should a person do if he does get the disease?
First of all, I would like to make it clear. Recently, we have seen so many social media, propagandas or people spreading fake news. I would like to tell the people that it is actually not zoonotic. It does not spread from cows to humans. So that is one thing that you should be very clear. And regarding the treatment, it usually spreads from animal to animal only. And regarding the treatment, since it's a viral disease, we do not have a specific drug for it. The only prevention and the only safest method is vaccinating your animals. Vaccines are available, and lately we have seen one of a chemical or a drug, we can say, that is effective is the methylene blue, which is actually not available in our state. So we had to bring in. I had personally brought in from Rajasthan outside, and then that small amount that I had sent it up to even Mokokchung, because there were suspected cases to one of my colleagues, and even I have given some to one of the officers in Niuland also. So maybe it was a small, it's not very expensive, but it is not available in our state, so it takes time to bring it in.
How long does this treatment last, and will the department also make sure that there's enough stock of this medicine? If it's coming from outside, better be prepared to get this medicine and keep it in stock?
See, the government should be able to provide, but the call is the policymakers. I do not have the authority to say this and that, but I'm sure the authorities will be taking stock of this. And as far as medicines are concerned, it's actually very affordable. Yes.
Even, do you think the farmers or the cattle rearers will also be able to medicate the animal by themselves, or is a professional, a doctor, a vet necessary? Can they also learn how to do it themselves, to take care of the animals by themselves by getting their own medicines?
See, we do not advise people to self-medicate themselves or the animals. If they have a problem, they should come to the professionals, and we will be able to guide them, because whatever medicines that we dispense is all regarding the body mass, the age. So we calculate according to that and give the doses. So if you do it yourself, you may underdose or maybe overdose the animal. So we advise that they come to us. We're ever ready to help out.
Lastly, there was these social media posts that are going that human beings also got this lumpy skin disease, which is from the cow, the same type of symptoms. So you're going to denounce all those and say that's not true. It is impossible that a person can get this disease.
As I've said earlier, it's not a zoonotic disease. So whatever that's going on in the social media, I would say don't believe that, because it is not transmitted from cow to humans. So don't believe everything that is out there. Yeah.
So that was Dr. Michael Imchen. He is the VAS at the Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Department. And like he said, there are suspected cases in Niuland and Mokokchung, and yet to be confirmed. Tests have gone out and the results are yet to be received. And he has also said that it is not possible that it will be transmitted from cows to human beings, and not to believe what social media is saying. Esther here with camera person Hinoka for Nagaland News Network.